name is Maria Heiselman and this is Willow. Willow is a 2.5-year-old domestic short hair spayed female. Conditioning the clicker is when the animal associates the click sound with a reward. Every time the click sounds, Willow is immediately rewarded. This uses positive reinforcement as each time the click, which is a secondary reinforcer, is heard. The reward, primary reinforcer, follows. The goal is to train Willow that each time she hears a click, she knows that she was doing the desired behavior and the reward will follow. So for her, I would click and then reward with a treat. Targeting means when you train an animal to touch a specific object with a body part. This could be using their nose to touch a stick or their paw to touch an object. For Willow, I taught her how to target a pin. We began this behavior with her being clicked and rewarded for just looking at the pin. Then she was rewarded for moving towards it. Eventually, she began touching it with her nose. So now I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate how I taught her to target. Target. Free shaping is when you wait for the animal to initiate a behavior themselves and then reward them for that behavior because it is a behavior that you want to encourage. It is a great confidence builder in an animal because they are initiating a behavior and being rewarded for their own actions. Willow has a very useful free shaping behavior which her owner finds useful. Every time she hears her name, she meows. Her owner says that this is a wonderful thing because if she cannot find her in the house, she'll just say her name Willow and she will respond. So I'm going to go ahead and do this free shaping behavior. Willow. Training the husbandry behavior of going in and out of the carrier was a challenge for Willow. It took some time to get Willow comfortable with going in and out of the carrier. We had success with getting her in and out of the carrier with a laser light and click reward. Once I got her comfortable with getting in and out of the carrier, I would wait until she would jump in and then reward her once she got in and then again when she got out. She then began associating going in with a reward and going out with a reward. I only added a cue for going into the carrier. To do this, I had her go in multiple times that she could predict that she was going to go in and out of the carrier. Then I would give a verbal command in. I did this a few times and then I would say in and wait for her to go in until she associated in with going into the carrier. Oh, in. Desensitizing is to diminish an emotional response to a negative stressor after repeated exposure to it. Counter-conditioning means that you counter this negative response by changing the pet's emotional response, feelings, or attitudes toward the negative stressor. Classical counter-conditioning means that we provide a reward as we counter this negative, trigger happens, animal gets food. For this project, we chose to use the scarf method as the towel restraint for Willow. We started this by placing the towel on the table and rewarded Willow for being interested in the towel. Once she became comfortable with the towel, we clicked and rewarded her as we began wrapping her using the scarf method. So now I'll demonstrate the scarf method. The first behavior that I taught Willow was to get off of furniture. The owner had just gotten new furniture and does not want her pets on them. I started off by placing her up on a chair and then asking her to get down and then rewarding her when she did so. This behavior did not take very long for her to learn. So let me go ahead and show you how I did this behavior. Willow, off. The second behavior that I taught Willow was to come. After doing some research, I found that one effective way to teach a cat to come is to make a noise that interests them to come to you. So I decided to make a smooching type of noise. When Willow started towards me and reached me, I clicked and rewarded. It took her a few times to grasp this one, and then it kept moving away a little bit further. The idea was this to come command was that she would know when she hears this noise that her owner wanted her attention and that she could come over to her. So now I'm going to demonstrate this come behavior. Come, Willow.